invincible, but I still fight doubt. And the only person that's gonna stop me is me. But once I overcame that fight, can't nothing stop me. I can't die. I'm immortal. Rejected, neglected, I feel disrespected. They told me go left, I didn't learn the right lessons. Been hard on my grizzle, my hustle got deadly. Y'all rap about shit I done murdered already. Ain't changing my image, focused on my vision. Hard-headed, don't listen, fake love, I ain't with it. This path I'm committed, slip up but ain't tripping. My mind always spinning, ain't talking about fidget. Just run me, my digits go broke, I ain't limping. It ain't come to me, so I had to go get it. I came from a city with niggas, it's vicious. The love be fictitious, see hate from a distance. It made me a fighter, got pushed to my limits. I took a few L's and then got so discouraged. With God as my witness, from whence I was forged. No golden gate bridge, but I came back a warrior. I came back immortal, invincible even. My faith is much higher than what you believe in. They wanted me gone on my soul, I ain't leaving. Spoke life into every verse you receiving. My music lives on when my bones turn to dust. There's power in words, so bitch you should hush. My mind overflowing in lyrical floods. Fuck building an art, you gon' need you a sub. I rose through the pavement, I stand on my morals. Been stabbed in the heart, now my scars are enormous. I took all your stones and created a fortress. Been fighting off demons that constantly torment my mind, and my thoughts are a little abnormal. Been crossing out squares that won't fit in my circle. Can't kill what I said, and this verse is eternal. With God on my side, I can't die, I'm immortal. Creation, destruction, the cosmos erupted. My mind kicked off track of the train I'm conducting. Came out of the dungeon, stepped into corruption. Don't know who to trust, how the fuck I'ma function. This deity trapped in this skin that I live in. They wanted a king since I fit the description. They tried to dethrone me, but I'm in position. I'll show you the wrath of a god from Olympus. You spoke on my name, bro, I thought we was different. Couldn't tie your own shoes, guess that's why you still tripping. That bitch wasn't loyal, guess karma's your mistress. It's hoes over bros, guess you made your decision. That rat in my family ain't talking about splinter. I hope that you feel every verse I deliver, cause hell done froze over, you think it was winter. If you thought for a second I wasn't gonna come get you, I think the Almighty made me in his image, dominion and power protected. My children call angels beside me, now I'm in command. Enlightenment all in the palm of my hand. This ain't what you pictured, I wasn't supposed to make it. I'm supposed to be 6 feet up under a pavement. They hate how you live, but show love when you die. Hope you feel the same way when I come back to life. I rose through the pavement, I stand on my morals. Been stabbed in the heart, now my scars are enormous. I took all your stones and created a fortress. Been fighting off demons that constantly torment my mind, and my thoughts are a little abnormal. Been crossing out squares that won't fit in my circle. Can't kill what I said, and this verse is eternal. With God on my side, I can't die, I'm immortal.
The officials are ready. The fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first and world championship titles in a record 8 different weight division, guarantees his place in the Hall of Fame. He's recognized and known the world over as the people's champion.
My name is D-Nice, D-Nice. My name is D-Nice, D-Nice. My name is D-Nice, taking out your suckers and yeah, and you don't stop.
We on mute. What up? So today is August 6th. Day you never been in before, day you never been again. You better trust, believe that. We all run into that expiration date. We don't know what it's about, but we know that all we got is right now. So let me encourage you to make the best of it. Make a clear-cut decision on before making a decision. Today we're going to have a great discussion, and it's open for everybody to be a part of it. This is a missing conversation. So if you're here in the YouTube sphere, go ahead, subscribe, hit that link, and it'll bring you right up in here, and we'll talk about the discussion at hand. So with that being said, I'm glad you're here with me, because I wouldn't want you to be nowhere else in the world. You feel me? No, I don't think you do. But anyway, I am very thankful to have y'all out here with me on another Sunday, just being a part, and just have y'all here rocking with me, because I had time to process a few of the things that was taking place over the weekend. And man, and social media is it's a damning spot, man. With all that being said, let me go ahead and remind y'all to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TMAX_network. And also, let me help you out one more time. If you're a sponsor, content creator, want to be a panelist on the show, make a suggestion, or you just want to just file some type of complaint, well, hit us up at tmaxnetworkllc@gmail.com. We'll gladly get back with you on any of those things I just mentioned. So, however, I also want you to really subscribe because I'm pushing for 500. Really trying to get that 500 mark. We're over 300 plus. I want to thank every last one of y'all. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Y'all made this happen. But really need to get to that 500 mark. That way we can open up the expansion of minds and information and the whole thing, because one man don't know everything. It can't get all the information. We don't know who knows who or who's tied to what. So it's just best that we get those subscriptions so we can keep the forum going, and it's not closed off. Understand, not closed off. Please come up and participate. If you got something to say, please say it. If you do, just come up and just be mindful. Have on some type of clothing, you know what I mean? And not to control your language all the way. Just be mindful of certain terms you say, because social media has grown to be a very sensitive place. So proper terms in certain area, which is we can read between the lines. However, find the acronym or the roundabout way to say certain proper terms, if you know what I mean. But if not, let it fly. Then I just have to deal with the blows that come with it. All right. So, wonderful weekend, man. Family's all situated. Mother-in-law's in town. And I'm just enjoying the family, man. I had time to really catch up on some great reading. And one book that I found myself reading and holding a profound interest to was called The Red Famine. And the Red Famine really deals with the history of the Ukrainian people and its content of its platform of the earth that it produces. Ukraine is known really for its rich soil and its grains. And so many different countries and races of people have come through there over time and really kind of like try to have their way with Ukraine. And it just brings me to a place of I have more of a understanding of why people who were Ukrainian treated me with a high enough respect, because they knew what it was to go through a mound of disrespect. And I've always found that interesting. I never really begged the question as to why, but every person that was from the Ukraine that just looked out for me as a human being, I want to say thank you, man, because that was greatly appreciated. You have a friend with me. Know that the respect is honored. It is truly honored. Now, speaking of respect, I must get to the topic at hand, the disrespect. We're going to have to stop disrespecting people because of how we feel about their situation and what all entails in their life. I just want to make this clear. Being that a man has chosen a woman to be in his life, and that woman has produced family for this man. And I want you to understand that women who give birth have put themselves in quite a situation. You don't really understand that until you get to a point of understanding the whole anatomy aspect. And there's still a lot more to learn, but there's a more of a bigger concept that you can grasp. when a woman gives a man a child, and particularly that they've come together on the notion of building a family, it's the greatest gift ever. Under the construct of purposely building a family. This man has went out and dominated for his family, to be a provider, to have that time, to be a father, to be a husband or boyfriend or whatever the case may be in his situation. And the woman over time gained weight, birthing his kids. The thing I find the most interesting is that people who are not in the situation at all have the most to say. You don't have to be with this woman. You don't have to live with this woman. You don't have to hear from her. You don't have to answer to her. You don't have to think about her. But yet, you took the time to take to the internet to have something to say that like, she's not built like a champion's woman. And the question is, how do you know what a champion's woman is built like if you're not a champion's woman yourself? I'm finding like this whole narrative of going after celebrities' wives, like there's this unwritten movement. Like, what is that all about? You don't think that this person looks like they should be with him or whatever. And I'm starting to wonder, is either one or two things. There's a position of jealousy that's speaking out more so. Is that the fact that you want to be that person, or you believe you deserve to be in that position? And to be honest, if put in that position, more than likely you're going to fold or crash because you're not prepared for that position. That's why that position is not yours. Why is it that we are so okay with having a great deal of these celebrities' wives being disrespected by the public? Or was it not Harrison Ford? The man that played James Bond, Pierce. Or somebody went to an award show and somebody yelled out over the balcony, "Oh, she sure enough has gained a lot of weight." And he said, "Listen, that woman's giving me 5 kids. Don't you ever speak about her weight." That was an actor. And I'm pretty sure over the years he's learned a thing or two of self-defense or protecting himself, or whatever the case may be. His time and his money has allowed him to have other skills outside of acting. Where is the thought pattern that gears you up to troll a known fighter, like on a professional level, known fighter? You're trolling his woman, and not to say he ain't gonna get you all or whatever, nothing like that, but he has the time and the resources, and let's be honest, it might not even be him. It just might be the people who just want to do him a favor that they know they can get to you. I'm not saying that you're going to be harmed in that manner, but I'm just saying you put yourself in harm's way when you talk about people's wives, when you don't understand the position that woman has held being in that position for that particular man. Giving him family, reassuring him on things he might have lacked confidence on or knowledge, being a friend, not a foe. And I know most of y'all want to hear be his peace, but I never want to put the daunting task on a woman to be a man's peace, because that's not her position. And I never want to put the daunting task on a man to be a woman's happiness, because that's not his position. These women, the Savannah James, I forget the young lady that's with Bud, and so many other women that are next to these men, and the longevity. What positions you or the peanut gallery at large to find an avenue to be disrespectful to these women? What is the purpose? What's the fulfillment behind it? I don't see, and this is a crazy thing. Men don't usually have an issue with it until the woman of the man speaks out about her position, things that they see might be selfish or entitlement, whatever. But when it comes to looks, men are not really so forth the ones more so speaking out, particularly when they understand that there was children, multiple children that came out of the situation. A lot of the women have been the ones to go ahead and take that stance. And to you all, to you women that takes that foolish stance, I say,
shut up, silly woman.
And that's really what it comes down to. I have to let Donald be the one to tell you to shut up, because that's where you have to be at this point. When did it become a sensible tactic to go after someone's helpmate because you don't like their appearance, because you don't deem them fitting? And the question comes down to it, who the hell are you to say that this is the order that things should be in? You have too much going on in your own day-to-day life to be dealing with, to be concerned with, let alone you're worried about somebody else's situation. Why? Why would you dare then be concerned about a man's woman that you're not sleeping with nor living with? And that's always going to come down to be the question. What is the tissy that's got you all tied up and messed up to a point that you can't live without having to put your mouth on that woman's name? Let's look at some of the disrespect that's being had throughout the world behind Bud Crawford, undisputed two-weight class champion. And I'm going to read some of this stuff off because I don't want to put the information out there and then people go and at these people, because this is the time we live in. This is the time we live in. And I don't want to make this a thing where we're going that way. And this woman should be called a wife. She's been around. I'm not going to. So I'm trying to find some of these comments that I had. I apologize. But I'm looking at this woman. This woman looks exactly fitting, exactly what she needs to be after having 6 kids. There's nothing wrong with this woman at all, per se. If you know anything about genetics, one's body response ain't going to be the same as somebody else's. That's another thing, too. Why are we so okay with pretending as if we all have the exact same makeup when we don't? My parents are not your parents. My great-grandparents are not your great-grandparents. And here's the situation. I'm only mentioning one particular pair. That equates to pairs. And it's a whole different makeup to make you who you are. Why are we figuring that this is the like this should be the way it should be? All right. So first thing comes from boxing news. Suspended boxer turned YouTuber has blasted for shaming Terrence Crawford's wife in his most recent video. Nottingham-born Tyron Booth, former super welterweight challenger, posted a clip saying you should fight your fat girlfriend via Twitter. Now, that's from one boxer. The hate is so real when celebrities truly love their wife. Amari, my man Ghost on Power. When people saw his wife and they took to Twitter and they had issues with that, I'm trying to figure this. Leave people's wives alone, man. Leave them alone. When I say that, I mean really across the board. Rather she flirting with you or whatever the case may be, leave wives alone. That's a whole situation you ain't really prepared for, even when you think you are prepared for. Leave people's wives alone. You know, we saw Chris Rock get smacked. We saw him get the taste knocked out of his mouth. Now, all the times he had something to say about everybody else, this, that, the third. You put your mouth on that man's wife, you got the taste knocked out your mouth. And again, Will Smith, someone else who is abundantly wealthy, has the time, and I'm sure he acquired another skill set besides rapping and and acting and producing and becoming bilingual or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure he learned how to pick up, throw some hands. And mind you, Will Smith is not a small man either. But again, a known boxer through 2 weight classes. Don't disrespect that man's woman. She didn't earn no disrespect. Give her flowers. Know that this was a position that only God could see her fit for. You know, not going to undermine the fact that she's been down and she's been there. I know he's got another kid and this, that, that. Yeah, but she's got 6 of them out of the 7. Don't disrespect that woman. Just don't. Because I'm wanting to stop an unnecessary trend that shouldn't take place. My mother-in-law is going in on the phone back there. But I don't want people to fall victim to a situation that they think they'll be able to try people and talk about their wives and not understanding it's not going to be a regular you ugly type of thing. It's a different situation when you're talking about or going after someone's wife who has been putting in dedicated time with a man to build family. And what comes with family comes a whole lot more than you can ever imagine. Because the exterior, what is seen on the presentation side, that's just the result of everything that went in behind the fortress. The bond, the building, the understanding, the time, the love, the effort, the patience, the kindness, the togetherness, you know? And people want to undermine that. I don't want you to undermine that at all. I'm really down because I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in humanity failing to realize that there is a greater recognition that should have went there if you was going to even mention that woman's name. I made a post the other day about hype. And hype, by definition, being paraphrased, is just basically a promotion or a presentation. And as I sit here, it comes to the realization of understanding the reason why people can go after that woman or women who are with men is because they didn't throw out enough hype. We don't get these women praised enough. The Savannah James and the oh shoot, you didn't even say Cicely Tyson. I rest her soul. The mothers, the aunts. We don't really throw out the praise for these women that don't be about a presentation. We don't give them the credit for the relationships that they have to hold on a godlike level when it comes to being there for the man, multiple children, understanding personalities, understanding potential food allergies. I mean, there's just so much that comes with that, and it's garnered under that umbrella, which is being garnered under another umbrella, and we don't praise that. I know people wanted to be, man, D, you're too serious, you're too hype, you're not. I mean, you're too serious, you're not hype enough, you're not. But what do you do when the hype wears off and reality sets in? Because these men can't quiet the internet, but they can turn off their phones and escape to a island or somewhere, or whatever the case may be. I just want this to be understood. We don't have to disrespect people's wives because we don't like the way they look, or we don't feel or believe that they're fitting enough. I get it, right? Some people just don't look like they match like a couple because you may understand somebody's personality on a personal level. But that's still not to undermine the goings on that you don't know what's going on. It's a reason why people love who they love. And particularly when there is no disrespect there, you have nothing to say. I only read one comment from a boxer who had a moment and he's done. But everybody else didn't take the sensible route for the most part. They wanted to drag her. And I'm like, why? Why? This contradicts a lot of what's supposed to be said, the sisterhood and then the equality and all this other stuff. You undermine a fellow woman for whatever reason because it was trendy. It was hype. I want to get beyond the hype. I want to get beyond the hype. Because see, what happens is a lot of y'all out there in hype situations and just hyped about nothing. Just hype. When the hype wears off, the reality sets in. The hype. All that presentational junk just faded away. The hype. What are you going to do when it's time for the hype to end? You know, I don't know the exact time where it became the thing to attack the woman who is being loving to her family. That's a dangerous game. And I don't want to play that. I don't want us to play that. Like, I'm really disappointed right now. And I want to be energetic. I want to be, I want to be a bigger influence for a moment, but I cannot. Because the reality is, this has to be spoken about. And for the women that's watching this, I want you to know through time, there's changes that's going to come throughout life. One is age. You know that one, right? One is physicality. You know that. But the thing that I want you to really grasp hold of is, if a man is going to be with you, he's going to be with you. No fairy tale, no fluff. That don't feel good because there's nothing else to come at. Man that's going to be with you is going to be with you. And I know a lot of y'all want me to say something additional on top of that. But no, I just want you to look at it. Prime examples. I mean, you don't like to hear it, but Will and Jada, everybody's got something to say about that. But a man that's going to be with you is going to be with you. But Stephen Curry, Dave Chappelle, Denzel, LL, Samuel, my man that's married to Angela Bassett. The man that's going to be with you is going to be with you. And these are men that are celebrity status. Now, I don't want you to paint the picture that, oh, this is all they're going to put out there, that every man that you're going to run into is going to be on that status. No, you can still have a good life and not be seen at all. Let's get past the hype. But I want you to understand that you, as a woman in a position in a relationship, should be honored, and you should honor it. It goes both ways. But the thing that I really, really want you to take away, was because your body is going to change, is understand that the man that's going to be with you is going to be with you, particularly if you have kids. You're going to go through this life and you're going to put your body through things that it's a stressor. It's a life changer. And it needs to be respected. I don't want to see nobody being disrespected because of weight gain. Not that you made a threat, not that you caused anybody any harm, just because you gain weight from having children. That's not garnered for the disrespect. That's not warranted at all. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Hell, I've gained weight. I gained weight and I didn't have children. And I'm a 15-year professional trainer. So shame on me more than anything. Big shame on me. I do not want us to go forward thinking we do not have the right just to live. Some people are going to be small and get big. Some people are going to be big and get small. And particularly because women have kids, whether it's 1 or 99, there is a change to the physical body. Some is evident, some is gradual, some just takes a little bit more, it's more delayed. But don't disrespect anybody's wife because you think she shouldn't gain weight, or you don't think this person is of presentation of a champion's woman. I was like, what does that even really mean? She don't look like a champion's girlfriend or wife. After having 6 kids, she looks exactly like a champion's wife and a girlfriend, or whatever else they choose to be in that moment. And they're still together. Let that sit with you. Meanwhile, while a lot of people have a lot to say, don't have kids, don't have boyfriends, don't have husbands, don't have anything at all, but you have something to say. I'm not quite done, but however, I want to get this out and really have this sit out there. When I come on here, I come as is. I don't want to pretend anything. I don't want to be anything extra. What it is, it don't need no help. Life don't need no help. It's gonna be life, and that's really where I'm going with that. Life don't need no help making people feel a certain way, because a lot of people are already going through what they're going through. And I'm not even talking personally. We're just talking generally. Just take a step back and assess. Just look at things. Just watch the world before you. If you really observe that, truly observe that, you would then put yourself in a position to say, I don't need to help the world be more effed up than what it is. I don't need to pour into this thing. It's doing it enough on its own. But if I pour into something that can make a balance, like love and respect, probably make this experience a little bit more worthwhile. My wife and them are just in there just loud today. However, but I just want to say this, man. I love y'all. I do appreciate y'all. And I'm thankful for every last person that has subscribed to this show. Subscribe to this platform more so than anything. And I would like for people to keep subscribing. But I want people to subscribe from a position of openness. I want people to subscribe from a position of hype just ain't it. You know what I mean? You come up, you join, be you. You don't have to be nothing to no one else. But just don't be blatantly disrespectful because you're closed off to your own devices. You know what I mean? Man, listen. We're taking sponsors at this moment. Content creators, new panelists, the whole nine. Hit us up at tmaxnetworkllc@gmail.com. Man, we'll be back a little later. But I had to get that off. Keep Bud's woman's name out your mouth. Because that ain't the safe route. That ain't the safe bet. And I ain't saying it just because what him and Spence did. I would say the same for Spence. Now, if y'all was disrespecting his woman after he lost, it's still under the understanding of respecting people's spouses. That's all it is. So if you're a sponsored content creator, once again, new panelists, or somebody just want to make a suggestion on a topic you want to hear us discuss here, hey man, email us at tmaxnetworkllc.com. And we'll gladly get to all those that you got going on or you want to hear us have a discussion about. I ain't done. I gotta come back. So this is the first round. I'm not gonna call it part one. I just really had to really hone in on this because it was something that just didn't sit right with me. Amen. Till next time.
The officials are ready. The fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first and world championship titles in a record 8 different weight division, guarantees his place in the Hall of Fame. He's recognized and known the world over as the people's champion.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. Taking out your suckers and yeah, and you don't stop.
I came from a city where niggas is vicious, the love be fictitious, see hate from a distance. It made me a fighter, got pushed to my limits. I took a few L's and then got so discouraged. With God as my witness, from whence I was forged. No Golden Gate Bridge, but I came back a warrior. I came back immortal, invincible even. My faith is